I have just clicked stop on last week's video, but it's literally been 30 seconds and I'm pressing record for, this is not really a part 2. I'm just going to talk about a bunch of nonsense from here on out. If you want to hear more about how I was grieving, we lost our daughter Adora 10 years ago, what that's like, where I'm at with my relationship with God. If you want something that has a little bit more substance, if you didn't see it last week, I'll put that video right up here. You don't have to watch them in any particular order. You can stay right here if you'd like to. I'm catching you up on what has happened in the almost 3 months that I was off YouTube. If you'll remember, I'm getting remarried. Jared and I have gone back and forth. As you will maybe remember, Jared has been gung-ho about this remarriage since our 5-year wedding anniversary, which was almost 20 years ago. Poor man. He's been so patient. I do not want to do this with everything that is in me. I do not want to do this, and not because I don't love him. It's just not my personality. It's just not. But we finally came up with a name that is not remarriage, because that makes it sound like we were divorced and now we're getting remarried. Not the case. We really didn't like renewing our wedding vows. You know, if you've done that, great. We have nothing against that, but that does not feel like what we're doing. There's no renewing or a feeling of needing that. So that's not quite the right words. So here are the right words. This is going to be our wedding redo. So this is our do-over for our wedding, because our wedding was so terrible. Our wedding was terrible. Our relationship was terrible. Jared will say over and over, this is his vision for it. Like, God has done so much in us and in our marriage. He's like, why would we not celebrate that with the people that we love the most? And I'm like, I love that for you. I support you, but do I have to be there? Listen, I'm not into crowds. I'm not into public declarations of love. Is really not my thing. And he wants a whole wedding. I mean, with bridesmaids and groomsmen. He's like, Melissa, we had 0 friends. Now look at all the friends that we have. How many people we love and who love us and support us. Why would we not have a full wedding party? I'm like, I can think of 12 reasons why we should not have a full wedding party, but we're doing it. And the news is he has found the location, which I actually really like. We had Adeline's 18th birthday party there. I always want to call it the Bird Atrium. I don't think it's the Bird Atrium. I think it's, I don't know what it's called. I shouldn't even say. I don't know what it's called. He has found the location and he has picked out the date. And the date he is very excited about, because we got married on 8/9 and our wedding redo will be on 9/8, the complete opposite. This is completely different than it was 25 years ago. It makes his heart very happy. My heart hasn't caught up to his heart, but I'm sure it will once it's over. We're heading toward like full planning mode. And by we, I mostly mean him. I mean, it's really his thing. He actually really likes planning events. It's like his love language. So I will keep you updated. I gotta start looking for a dress. Our friend who's helping us, I think she was gently tiptoeing around so what color, Melissa, are you thinking about wearing? And I know in her heart, although she did not say this, but I know in her heart, she's probably like, Lord, please have her not wear black. I'm wearing black. I'm not wearing black. If Jared wanted me to wear another color, I would wear another color. I already asked the man. He's like, I don't care. This is why I love him. So I'm gonna find my black dress. I'm still growing out my hair, at least until this wedding redo, and then I probably will chop it. But until then, the hair is growing. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, you can check out this video up here. I'll stick it on at the end too. Okay, makeup is done. I'm still not done talking. I'm gonna take you into the kitchen with me so I can do our dishes while I finish talking to you. It feels like you're a friend in my house that I'm just getting to chat to while I pick up my very messy kitchen. And it's messy because I sprained my ankle, pretty bad sprain. Every day Jared's like, when I leave the house, he's like, do you have your boot on? He knows I don't have my boot on. He's watching me walk out the door, but he's very soft, he's not very confrontational. So that's his confrontation to me. But I hate wearing it when I'm out. And I've been asking myself, it's a very vulnerable feeling to limp or to have this thing on my foot. I don't know what this is about me. Maybe you feel this way too. But it's almost like I feel like a wounded animal and like I'm vulnerable. I'm thinking to myself, Melissa, what do you think? People are gonna attack you if they see that you've got a weak ankle? What is the problem? I don't know, but I've really not done the doctor's orders. I sort of re-injured it, and Jared's like, well, thank goodness you've got a follow-up appointment at the ortho. And I'm like, yeah, about that. I canceled that 3 days ago. And he's like, Melissa, why? I don't know why. So what happened was, I'm in flip-flops, of course. I put my first foot, my right foot, up on the first wooden step, and my left foot did not even get up before it slid on some mud. And however it went, it didn't go the right way, and I heard pop, pop. 2 very distinct pops. It was weird. It's like I could feel it in my leg, and I could also hear it. I did not think I had broken it, but I thought I had done something. No breaks. 2 torn ligaments or tendons. I don't know. He named them what they were, and basically said, you have a bad sprain. You're going to need to wear a boot. And the only bummer is that it still bothered me because I did not wear my boot. I have not worn it almost at all. And I was feeling so much better until I did something else to it. So now it really hurts. We are heading to Philly today, and I'm trying to decide, do I wear this thing out in public in the train to help me like get up those steps? Do I not? I'm not sure I want to be wearing this for the next 6 hours on a train. I need to start packing, and I thought I had one more thing to tell you. That's it. Found it. I want to update you a little bit on what we'll be doing on this channel for 2023. Remember 2022, I was committed to uploading every single Sunday. I had some time to reflect while I was gone of what does this year for YouTube look like. Let's go fold some clothes. Not that you care. Change of plans. We're going to pack up makeup here real quick, and I want to share with you some thoughts that I have on this channel and what we'll be doing this year. It really works for me to make a commitment to you. And what I learned in 2022 was that just like a face-to-face friendship, this friendship here, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about what I mean by friendship here. This friendship here needs the same thing that a face-to-face friendship needs, which is consistency and time spent together. And 2022 showed me how to lower the bar and to get out of my own head. I learned a lot from being consistent. And it felt to me on my end where I'm like, oh, this is right. Like when I see the same friends, like if we're in a study or something together or have a standing, day or lunch or evening meal that we meet together each week, there's real benefit from just being in that rhythm with each other. And in the same way, I would say for us to be in some sort of rhythm together, for me, really seems to work and is of benefit. So I want to keep up a rhythm with you, a consistent rhythm. But like I said, I'm working now, it's just part-time, but we're also doing some stuff with Bible Lab and possibly something in the fall. And then Andy's got something going that I'm involved in as well. So I need to keep all of that in mind with my own bandwidth, which is very minimal. I have a very low bandwidth. This means I need to lower the bar and the standard for what posting weekly in 2023 looks like, and the bar needs to be lowered. You're probably like, Melissa, I thought the bar for you was already very low. Oh, we're gonna lower it even more. Not only by what the background looks like and the mess that you're gonna see in my house, maybe it's gonna be a little rambly like this, but also I am probably, most likely, going to be doing a lot more of what YouTube calls shorts. They're 60-second videos, and at a minimum, here's my commitment to you. At a minimum, I will post every single Sunday, and it will at least be 60 seconds. We're lowering that bar just to keep in the rhythm of communication. And what I mean by friendship, like friendship with a screen in between us, it is a different kind of friendship than if we were face-to-face, if we worked together or went to the same church together. That's a type of friendship. This is a type of friendship. There's some upsides to this friendship and there's some downsides to this friendship. The same way there's upsides and downsides to all kinds of friendships. One of the upsides is some of you are in Australia. Some of you are in Canada. I know because you talk to me. Some of you are in the United States, but you're 1,000 miles away. So we're able to connect without geography being a problem, and that is mind-blowing. You are able to get an intimate view of my life, right? You're seeing my bedroom. That is intimate. There's something unique about that. The downside of that is it can create and foster, because it's an intimate view, foster a relationship that feels closer than it actually is, because we actually do have a lens in between us, which means this is much more one-way communication than it is two-way communication, which is why I've loved chatting on Marco Polo with Patreon friends. That's much more two-way conversation. That's the downside of this type of friendship. It's a little one-sided. We have to take the good with the bad and sort of acknowledge the good and the bad in it. If not bad, maybe the places we need to be careful, or at least I should say the places I need to be careful. So I'm always thinking about these things and coming to the conclusion that overall, I think being able to connect via a phone through screens with no geography issues between us, that overall is a good thing. Why was I even talking about that? I don't know. I guess how I got there, or why I got there, was because that's why I'm committed to posting and continuing this type of friendship here, because I think it matters. When I share with you my life, I hope it has some measure of value. In the same way that when other people allow me into their homes, if you will, through a screen, it has impacted how I think, what I do, what I talk about, because they get me thinking, right? And I get to see their lives that look so different than mine. And the more I see the diversity, that everybody doesn't live or think like I do, the more I can learn, and I'm obsessed with learning. And I hope you are too, and that's why you're here. All right, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna finish packing. I still have to decide if I'm gonna wear this stupid boot on the train. As I walked from the kitchen into the bedroom, Jared's like, "You're doing a great job for wearing your boot." So he's, I think, going to heavily encourage me to wear the boot. Let's see if I can do it. Adeline, our daughter, dropped in for a quick visit to say goodbye, and she brought her pup. His name is Nico, and we love him. And yes, he convinced/forced me to wear my boot. The train was about an hour late. It was already leaving at 5:30, but by the time we rolled out of there, it was 6:30 p.m. Several hours into the ride, I'm eating a Subway sandwich and doing a little editing, and it is pitch black outside. If this was 1812 and we were on the Oregon Trail, I'd be dead. I'm not made for nighttime travel. See you next week.